Thank you for tuning in. Hope everyone is safe and well. Woodsy here, and today we're going to be looking at the Union Nike Cortez. Let's start off with a box, and then I'm going to say why I like these and then a little breakdown on the materials. So you've got this very bright yellow box. You've got your Union frontman circled round, embossed in there. You've got this little Nike Sports and manufactured for the specifications of champion athletes and stuff like that. I'm going to leave that on there so you can read that yourself so I don't butcher it. You've got Union with this Nike swoosh behind, dotted around a lot of the box, and then on the label it states Nike Cortez SP Pink Clay Dutch Green. I got these in a UK 9, which is a US 10. Now, I do think they fit true to size, so that's my advice on the sizing, go true to size. I could have gone up and been safe, played it safe with a half size up. I'm glad I didn't, because true to size feels like they're going to fit fantastically. Inside, you've got this really cool sort of like old-fashioned looking, almost like from an old Nike catalogue, where you've got the Cortez in its sort of original form. Reinvent the Nike tradition, and then it's got little like talking about through the years of Cortez and blah blah blah. Again, really nice that they've got the paper in there. When it comes to when you've got collaborations with Nike, it's always nice to have a more unique box, and actually I feel like it's really nice when they have different paper inside as well, and this is really bold, really strong print and design, and I think it goes really well to have this on a collaboration, and yeah, love it. So the shoe itself, so comes with spare laces in that sort of I'm guessing a Dutch green, which is like this really light green colour, and the laces are actually quite thin, and the tips of them are really skinny, which is actually quite good, because a lot of times with shoes it's really hard to get the laces in because of maybe having a fatter tip on it. I'm not going to say an office joke, but that's what she said. And all round, I think the materials on this are actually pretty good. So I've been wanting to get a Cortez recently for a little while. I was waiting for a nice release, and I actually didn't think this is the kind of Cortez that I would go for in the end. But they're a lot more unique, and although they are a bit more of a crazier design, something really stood out to me with this pair. And even though I could have waited for the darker colour to have a more of a subtle look, I just really liked the colouring on this, and in hand I'm actually very, very happy I managed to pick it up. These sold out on the Nike Sneakers app in the UK. I managed to get this from N Clothing. They delivered the next day after purchase, and yeah, all good. So I'm glad I got this pair. To the shoe itself, your standard sort of Cortez bottom of the sole, but on this midsole you've almost got this like cork look to it, with this sort of almost like grind technology throughout. Really feels cushioned when you put these on, and I know, I just love that look on it. These really remind me of something like wearing these on to a holiday in Spain or something like that. Very holiday looking shoe, and I feel like these will age and beat up really well, which is another plus for me. Around the front you've got this rubber paneling with these sort of like almost like elephant print through, and then you've got that on the back of the heel as well. The upper is majority this sort of like quite textured but nice quality suede, and then you've got this canvasy sort of like woven sort of material that's got these striped lines in different colours. So you've got that sort of Dutch green, this sort of like yellowy sort of colour, that pink clay. You've got another sort of like sandy colour in there as well, and it's got a nice movement but also a nice structure to it on those panels. As I said, the other panels are in a suede, so you've got suede around the heel in that sort of like sandy colour, suede around the top of the cuff, this panel behind the end part of the swoosh, this panel going towards the toe box, and the toe box itself is more of a sort of like longer haired suede. Again, it's got a nice feel to it. Around the eyelets as well, pink suede on the bottom half, and then this sort of like sandy suede on the top half, and that is joined together with this white, quite dominant jagged stitching. You've got that little tag, which is always nice to see, the Union LA on there, very subtle branding, but it is obviously what you have got to know from their collaborations. The tongue has this nylon feel, but it has the suede lace loop on it. pink on that tongue tag where it's got Union with a white swoosh behind, and again you've got that dominant white stitching at the bottom. Inside the tongue, or the inside part of the tongue, is this leather or faux leather in that sandy brown sort of coloration. Again, on the tag it's got the Frontman logo again, and it says Know the Ledge in this sort of like teal color. Inside, very minimalistic, very thin sides, but for some reason I feel like this is going to be really comfortable. I know like padding is good sometimes, but I feel like this is going to be a lot more breathable and just a lot more malleable. I really like as well, so on the heel, on the actual heel tab, you've got the Union logo there on this little flap, and you lift it up, you've got Nike printed in on this like pink suede. All of that's pink suede, as well as the swooshes. And that suede goes all the way into the inside of the shoe and backs that back of your heel. So you've got not really any padding there, but you've got structure, and obviously suede's quite a durable sort of tough material. So I feel like that's going to be really good, because that is probably the main thing, the main problem I have with all my pairs of shoes. I wear a hole away, normally on the right shoe, really quickly. So that feels like it's going to be really good for longevity. You've got this leather or faux leather piping around that cuff as well, which has got a nice soft suppleness to it, and obviously should hope to help this not dig into your ankles. And then the insole is this sort of like cork material with Union, with this sort of like teal or the Dutch green, like a dark Dutch green maybe, swoosh in it. The laces that come with, as I've said, you've got the spare green laces, and then you have this pink and sandy colour lace already in it. I really like the laces that come stock, and you have the little aglet at the bottom that says Cortez 72. All round, I think this is a really comfortable shoe, and they look fantastic when I've put these on feet. I know it's one of those things where people have not been that used to seeing sort of like Cortezes really hyped. For a while I really wanted the cartoon collaboration Cortezes, because they are sick, but I do feel like Cortez is going to come out, there's going to be a lot more releases and a lot more collaborations, and I feel like this is a fantastic pair, and I feel like they're a pair that people will come to appreciate over time. It seems to be a lot of things are not selling out at the moment because of a multitude of reasons, financial issues, or just the actual price premium has raised. It's good in some respects. People that actually want to get the shoe, and the resellers aren't able to sort of con you out of your money in that sense. But also, it's also quite weird to see, and it also, even though it's really nice to actually manage to get the silhouettes you want, when they don't sell out, because you're so used to shoes selling out that are so hyped, it almost adds that sort of like value to them because they sell out so quickly. You now have to go down to what your gut instinct is and what you actually love, which I think is actually going to be a much better way about it. So tell me what you think of these. I'm going to do the on feet and I'll do the lace swaps, but yeah, I actually think these are a fantastic pair, and from a really good brand. So Union has a really rich heritage, and it's a proper sick brand. So yeah, tell me what you think. Let's go with the on feet and the lace swaps. It's Woods out.